Well, hello and welcome to the living room of the dollhouse for another reading from The Secret Language of Birthdays by Goldschneider and Joost for August 1st, the day of original style. That's right. Hey, we got us an image or an illustration, if you like, a graphic by any measure, of an original wagon there. The big old wheeled two-person buggy there. The original wagon. I'm guessing that's why they threw it in there. Otherwise, who's to say why? Any event. Hey, is it August 1st and it's your birthday today? Well, if it is, I just want to extend you a heartfelt happy birthday. And if this video finds you long or, shortly after your birthday has come and already gone, well, I hope you had a happy birthday. But for everyone else who's just joining us out of curiosity, I want to say hello, welcome, and hope you enjoy yourself. All right, before we dive in with the birthday read, let's real quick roll us some dice. Why are we rolling some dice, you may be wondering? Well, it is the Diecast birthday cast, so we got to live up to the namesake. But more importantly, for synchronicity's sake, that's right, we rolled us a 2 and a 5. A 2 in the crown, that's right, and a 5 in the root for you New Age chakra folks. What synchronicity, you may be wondering? Well, I don't know that I'm necessarily the right one to be explaining it, but I'll give it a crack here. It's basically you setting out into the world and looking for signs from the universe that you're on the right path, right? Just the universe to show you that it's there. And how do you do that? Well, you just keep a lookout for your 5s, your 2s, and your 7s. That's right. You might see somebody with a hockey jersey or a sports shirt on that has a 7. You follow them around for a little bit, and who's to say they might lead you somewhere that you've been intending to go or that you were always looking for but you could never find. Hey, the universe looking out for you. And it's just there to show you if you get off the path, all you got to do is stand back, be open to it, and it'll find you. You never know. Maybe the number 7 bus rolls right on up to you. Well, why don't you get on for a spell? See where it takes you. Just be open. And then you get off at stop 52. Who's to say? You can let it keep on riding until you're satisfied. That's right. Synchronicity. All right. Your month is August. Your day is the 1st. Your sign is 8 to 10 degrees Leo. And your period is Leo 1 specifically. And your quality and element is fixed fire. August 1st, the day of original style. Not only are the dominant people born on August 1 highly individual, but determined to bring others around to their point of view no matter what the obstacles. Not content with the knowledge that they are the best in what they do, they must force others to this realization either through their quality of work or the sheer persuasiveness of their personalities. They may suffer many setbacks, frustrations, and disappointments along the way, but rarely give up on their endeavors. And those born on this day can come across as crusaders following their particular mission in life with relish and zeal. Behind the scenes, even stoic exterior, however, they have a surprisingly developed sense of humor. Such humor is more often than not on the dark side and can assume a highly ironic or sardonic tone. But those born on this day are capable of directing verbal barbs with frightening accuracy, but within their inner dialogue may be equally merciless toward themselves. Those born on August 1 are not the easiest people to get along with, and since they themselves are the only boss they tolerate, they generally are unsuited for jobs where they must work with superiors. Most are comfortable in leadership roles within the family, workplace, or artistic world, and with those exceptions who suffer from an underlying sense of inferiority. Life is particularly difficult for such August 1 people, for they are not cut out to be chiefs and dissatisfied with being braves. And those born on August 1 are often caught up in the middle of a swirling world of controversy. No matter what they do, they seem to arouse the interest and sometimes antagonism of others. Indeed, dealing with the negativity directed against them can become second nature, as they are highly adept at defending themselves with language. More often than not, however, August 1 people prefer to withdraw into a protective shell and let the world go hang. The solitary hideaway of an August 1 person, that which outsiders perhaps never see, is vitally important to them and ultimately their favorite place to be. August 1 people, despite their apparent self-sufficiency, invariably become dependent on others, at the very least for some of the necessities or niceties of life and a stable home base. What they are able to give, however, in any personal relationship may be circumscribed by their preoccupation with their own work and private world. Only friends and mates prepared for a bumpy ride should get involved with those born on this day. And one of the greatest strengths of August 1 people is their capacity to view the world in which they live in a crystal clear fashion, without veils or illusions. They themselves may be masters at creating symbols, mysteries, and paradoxes of all sorts, but their own clear vision rarely loses sight of the fundamental nature of things. Well, all right, this was a highly dynamic birthday, I will say. Not one that was quite comparable to any of the others I've read so far. So let's dive in with my notes on the breakdown. Dominant, highly individual people with a determination to make others ascribe to their point of view, who in turn face frustration and disappointment. Perhaps because investing time in bringing others over to your point of view would be better spent? Who's to say? I know I would. That's right. I would say your time is better spent not trying to convince people of everything. But I'm not here to convince you, okay? That's up to you to figure out. And even if I don't convince you, that is, well, such is life. There you go. That easy. You just let it go, right? All right. Focus on what you do best. I do believe that is a very good advice, and also something they say you do right here. Provided it's not sheer persuasiveness, right? Which would be the definition of irony. Don't focus on what you do best, which is persuading other people. I don't know. I don't like people who come on to me try to convince me of everything. So I'm not on the band original wagon of trying to convince people of stuff. Let them have their highfalutin opinions, right? All right, what else we got here? I found this crusade nature even for your mission, and stoic side, as well as a sense of humor and apt ability to deliver the barbs with accuracy, quite enviable qualities, assuming they apply. Hopefully they do, and much more interesting than aggressively trying to change people's minds. I found that more interesting than trying to change people's minds. All right, not the easiest people to get along with. I wonder why. Because they're always trying to change people's minds. Yeah, you got to stop doing that. Nah, what else we got here? The only bosses you tolerate is yourself. I like that. I love that I wrote. Oh, I changed my mind, didn't I? The added facet of most comfortable worrying with people who suffer inferiorities. You're looking for the most damaged folks to convince, are you? Ugh. That kind of cracks me up here, I wrote. Not cut out to be chiefs unless with disenfranchised braves. I noticed that I read that wrong, but... Oh, no, I didn't. I wrote it right. I read it right, wrote it right. Seems to me you aren't interested in being the brave, right, or the chief, but you want to get in with those. You want to be the chief to disenfranchise braves. I think you get it. All right. Arouse the antagonism of others? ? I wonder why. Because they're trying to convince them, or they get the feeling that they're a disenfranchised brave, and that's who you're bringing into your flock there, right? Let's see. Do you deal with directed negativity to the point of dealing with it like second nature? Oof, I don't know about that one. Do you let the world go hang, as they wrote? I like that. I don't know what it means, but I like it. But it's because it seems so dismissive. You're like, I can't be bothered. Let them go hang. But it seems a little counterintuitive to someone who always wants to persuade folks. Here nor there. I like you letting the world hang instead of trying to persuade folks. If that applies, obviously. What else we got here? Only those ready for a bumpy ride should get involved with an August 1er, is kind of what it said there. was like, geez, one of the only saving graces of this breakdown was that the last paragraph, and a good part of the rest of it makes me think an August 1st individual must have done the authors dirty at some point, so they wanted to lambast him here, only picking up on the negative qualities. I don't know. It seemed a little bit of a downer, didn't it? Not only focusing on the negative, who's to say? But I certainly felt like the authors had it out for you. That's my read, in any event. Maybe none of this applies to you, and I hope some of that's the case, because they did not make you out to look good, did they? And we hope you picked up on some of my humor. Hopefully that part of the read was right. So let's dive in with your numbers and your planets. All right, here we go. Numbers and planets. Those born on the first of the month ruled by the number 1 and by the sun. People born on the first like to be first, and those ruled by the number 1 are opinionated and eager to rise to the top. August 1 people must beware of losing themselves to their power urges and drowning out everyone around them on their drive for achievement. The sun imparts intensity, creative energy, and fire, made stronger in August 1 people by the sun's rulership in Leo, which should be kept flowing steadily rather than allowed to flare and dissipate. Very strong, leaning into the sun. Sometimes they copy-paste this stuff, but this one I think they had to come up with a little bit of something original, right? Original style, perhaps? Yeah, because the 2 sun rulerships there, right? Oh, I bumped the mic. Hopefully that didn't interrupt you there. So what did I write? For your numbers and planets. You like to be first, huh? Well, feel free to leave a comment or be the first to like or be the first to subscribe through this video. You could do it. It'll fulfill that need to be first. It's either one. You could do it. All right, what else we got here? You got to feel that intrinsic need. All right. I'm here to do that for you if you need it. All right. Let's see. Or be the first to buy a book through the affiliate link. That's right. Nobody's bought the old birthday book through the affiliate link yet. Get your hands on a new book. But we'll talk about that later. That would be first, surprisingly and disappointingly. Back to your numbers. Eager to rise to the top! Exclamation point. But yes, beware of losing yourself to power urges and driving folks out of your drive for achievement. In your drive for achievement. I say that's some sage advice, quite honestly. Not that you probably care or need it, right? You know what you're doing, don't you? All right, we got, if you read this, if this read is at all accurate. All right, I keep saying that. But the sun imparts creative energy and fire, doesn't it? Man, you can get a lot of the good stuff, but also a lot of the circumstances that make people think you don't deserve it. If that applies, naturally. All right, today is a very interesting, specific dynamic, to be sure. I think I said that, but it's important to reiterate. You're a special one there. All right, let's dive in with your tarot. All right, the more eclectic of the metaphysical practices, by my mind at least. But it's fun, it's free, it's interesting. So let's see what they've got to say. The first card of the major arcana is the Magician. That's right, who symbolizes intellect, communication, information, as well as the magic. That's right. Over his head is an infinity symbol, which in some tarot decks take the form of a hat, in others, a halo. Many interpretations may be drawn, one of which is that the magician recognizes the cyclical and unending nature of life and is empowered by this understanding. The positive traits suggested by this card they include diplomatic skill and shrewdness, but negatively lack of scruples and opportunism. Choice rests with the August 1 person, whether to use his or her charismatic qualities for moral or immoral ends. All right, very good one. Sometimes these tarots, it's just the real quick down and dirty of the card, but they gave you a little bit here, didn't they? What did I have to say? Well, based on previous information, it's funny diplomacy is mentioned because nothing mentioned leans into that being a quality that you possess. So, I don't know, maybe that's what's needed to persuade people, but they didn't make mention of it. They were a little too negative about it. All right, what else we got here? I'd say the same can be said for the characteristic of charisma. I don't feel that it was properly conveyed, anyway. But the magician and his magic. He needs all of those things to make the illusion work. Now, doesn't he or she? All right, hey, let's dive in with your health. Yeah, okay, let's get to it. Those born on August 1st may have a kind of humorous or even arrogance about their health. Consequently, it is not unusual for them to suffer from unexpected ailments. They should make a point to have their heart checked regularly and to consult a good chiropractor when dealing with back difficulties. I dare say, who else do you consult in those circumstances? All right. Seems a little bit obvious, doesn't it there? Okay, discomfort or strain to the lower back may be stress-related, so the desk-bound should be aware of posture and take frequent rest periods to stretch. I can get behind that. Because their authoritarian attitude in life in general, some August 1 people may consider themselves authorities on their own health as well, ignoring the advice of both family and doctors. Those who wish to sway the health choices of August 1 people should take a firm hand with them. Ooh, you'll raise your hand against the magician? No, sir. All right, what did I write for your health? A kind of hubris or ignorance, arrogance rather. Oh, I can't read my own handwriting. About their health. You don't say. Oh, okay. Again, it feels like someone wronged the author, okay? The idea of an August 1ster would be the authority on their own health. Makes sense based on everything we've read. And again, I'd like to thank a little bit of advice at the end. I like the part where they gave some advice to the people that have to deal with you specifically at the end of the paragraph there. Used a firm hand. That's right. Okay, let's dive in with some advice. Try to beware of the feelings of those around you. Don't cut yourself off from them. Take time off from your crusade to attend daily matters, and beware of the enmity your intensity may engender. I thought I was going to get enmity wrong there. Learn to compromise when necessary. All right, hey, other than me foot-falling over the words there, what do we got to say? Not much advice here in the book, surprisingly. Maybe they know there's no point? Question mark. All right, that said, what was said, perfect. Be empathetic. Don't burn your bridges. It's good advice. Take some time off and stretch your psoas muscles if you've been sitting at the desk for a long time. Those hip flexors are important, and they're connected to your lower back, as I have found out. To a discernible degree, let me tell you. Enmity, actively oppose or hostile. That's what enmity means. Beware of your enmity and intensity. You don't want to be hostile, all right? Beware. Let's see, 100% learn to compromise when necessary, okay? So for you, that means never, right? Okay, at least based on the reading now, all right. Hey, let's dive in to your meditation, all right? This is for you. This is your birthday. This is your meditation. Some desire, others admire. Real quick and to the point. Some desire, others admire. Just for you. I didn't really have any take on that, but you don't need that. This is your meditation. All right, hey, let's move on with your strengths and your weaknesses. You don't need to know, do you? You know those already, don't you? You have no weaknesses. All right. You're forceful, you're realistic, and you're visionary. And your weaknesses, difficult and isolated. All right, hey, let's dive in with those born on this day so we know what company August 1st people are in. You know, we take a look at some of these folks. Maybe it's a pop culture icon. It can help us get a better, grander scope, not only of the people born on this day, which can be exciting sometimes, but also maybe we can append what we've learned to somebody we've seen on the television or who have authored one of our favorite books or some such. But in any event, you understand. Let's dive in with those born on this day. We start off big and strong and burly white with Herman Melville. That's right, 19th century poet, short story writer, Billy Budd. He was a novelist of Moby Dick, big and burly white. That's why I said that. It was savaged in the reviews and finally hailed 100 years later as one of the greatest American novels. That's right. I bet he knew that, didn't he? All right, we have Claudius I, the Roman emperor, historian, became ruler after Caligula's murder and poisoned by his wife. And he was the subject of the TV series I, Claudius. We also have Yves Saint Laurent. I'm probably saying that wrong. I always get the French ones wrong. French fashion designer. He's got some colognes and perfumes out there. We also have Ron Brown, the Democratic Party national chairman and the Clinton Labor secretary. Mayor Kahane, perhaps, right-wing Zionist founder of the Jewish Defense League, and was assassinated. We also have Jerry Garcia, the singer, guitarist, songwriter, Grateful Dead leader. We have Jim Carroll, New York poet, songwriter, writer of Basketball Diaries. We also have Sammy Lee, the U.S. Olympic two-time gold medal winning platform diving champion in the U.S. He was a coach of the U.S. team and a military physician in Korea, also a U.S. Goodwill ambassador. We also have Geoffrey Holder, a dancer. We have Giancarlo Gianni, an Italian film and TV actor. Francis Scott Key, a lawyer, poet, lyricist of the U.S. national anthem. We have Richard Henry Dana, a maritime lawyer, writer of 2 Years Before the Mast. We have Dom DeLuise, the comic film actor. We also have Jean-Baptiste de Lamarck, who was a French zoologist. We have Jack Kramer, tennis player, U.S. Wimbledon champion, promoter. I'm not quite sure what that means. Oh, promoter. There's a dash in there. We also have Lawrence Eagleburger, who was a government official, pro-temp secretary of state. And we have Iris Love, an archaeologist, Evelyn Walsh McLean, Washington hostess heiress, and Claude Bragdon, an architect writer on philosophy of art, as well as Joseph Hirschhorn, financier and art collector. There's a couple in there I recognized, I dare say. Maybe 3. I don't know. Maybe how many did you get? I'm sure you're like, I'm going to be the one that's in that book. You understand? Giving it time. When they re-release it on the new release, I'll be at the top. I'm gonna knock Herman Melville out of his spot. That's what you're thinking, isn't it? All right, I hope so. Keep your aspirations high. You gotta shoot for the stars if you want to hit the horizon, don't you? That's not the saying, but maybe it should be, right? Okay, hey, what else do we got here tonight? Let's take us out. Your season is summer. Your sign is Leo, of the Leo 1 period specifically, as we said before, and your quality and elements is fixed fire. As I mentioned previously, be the first to own this book, The Secret Language of Birthdays by Gary Goldschneider and Joost Elfers, by buying it through my affiliate link there. You will be the first if you click on it. Let me tell you, nobody else seems to want it through that affiliate link. Or, like or subscribe or comment first. You can do either one of those, and I'm sure you'll be the first. What else we got here? Hey, if today was your birthday today, I say all that stuff in jest, just trying to keep it lighthearted. I think you can take it. You August 1 are there. Happy birthday, all right? I hope you had a happy birthday. For everyone else who just joined us, out of curiosity, I hope you enjoyed yourself and you join us on your birthday. And once again, if you're interested, your daily numbers are 2 and 5 for 7. Get out there and see what the universe has in store for you, all right? Be open to it, and you might just be surprised. All right, take care. Once again, happy birthday.